Okay, so now on to the advanced training summary for those who may be interested.
So one of the things that I've realized over the years of my attending courses as well as giving courses is that in one day or 2 days, there's only so much that we can teach. Because this particular topic is so foreign and everyone is so naive to the concept of posture and removable appliances in general, we know that in a 2-day program, even, we've compressed 3 days into 2, right? Most people have much longer breaks in their programs. They start a lot later and they finish a lot earlier. So although it's a 2-day program, it really is a 3 days worth of training. Well, in 3 days, I can only give you a glimpse of what I've learned in the last 12 years of my postural orthodontics and my orthotropics life, and a fraction of a glimpse of the 30 years of my normal practice. So we know that it's not enough. Now, some of you will find the little pearls and the little gems that we teach in the 2 days, and you'll use 1 or 2 things, and that's enough to improve your practice. And for many of you, that's all that you need. And I found that we designed these programs for orthodontists. I had never any intention of teaching to general dentists. My goal was always to teach at university level, residents at orthodontic programs, and experienced clinicians of orthodontic specialties who wanted to control vertical, which is the most difficult. My goal was always to teach vertical control. And what I found when I spent a lot of time in extended programs, mini residencies, if you like, teaching orthodontists, is that it was too disruptive to their normal practice. It was much easier for them to just refer to their oral surgeon to do the correction, rather than to engage in that 4-year process of converting growth in childhood, in early childhood. And I found that the majority of the orthodontists that I taught ended up not using anything other than my Wong widget, the lower expander. And they said that, all the stuff you teach is fantastic, but my primary focus is on 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds. And I'm finding that all the things that you have taught me and incorporated, I just can't use in my practice. But what I've started doing is when they first come to see me at 9 years of age, when we engage the dentist to send the first initial screening of patients at 9 years or 8 years of age, if I see that there's a really heavily crowded lower arch, I'll put in that lower expander. I will get a nice arch form, and then I'll just put a fixed lingual retainer in and hold it until I'm ready at 13. And then I can develop the maxilla to its full potential using my fixed appliances, and I get the most amazing results. So I have a lot of orthodontists that use nothing from what I've taught them other than my lower expander. And for some of you, if the only thing you take away from these 2 days of training is that you can expand the mandible using a removable appliance if you follow a very specific design, use a very specific appliance, and have a really specific protocol, then you will be able to develop much better results in your general orthodontic practice, because you can control the lower arch into a nicer form. For some of you, that's all you will ever use, and that's all you will need to improve your practice. Now, for others, they want to learn more and immerse themselves in postural orthodontics, and for some, eventually, orthotropics, John Mew's system, which I teach to a very select group. For those of you, these 2 days, which will be enough for those who only want the Wong widget and a few exercises, for those who want more than just the Wong widget and a few exercises, we have a 2, 3, 4-year program of enormous literature bases and extended recordings and training. And what I'm going to do is offer those who are interested the opportunity to be mentored by me. I'm going to offer you the opportunity to submit cases to me so that I can help you on your journey of making changes using my methodology. We have systems where we allow people to train with me for a year or two, where I will supervise them on a fortnightly basis. And for those people, I'm going to hand you over to my brother Kian, who will talk to you about what's involved in that. And I'm going to take a break and step back after the meal break.
Simon,
Yes.
it's maybe best if you stay a little bit, because we've allocated 15, 20 minutes to this, and it probably does require, I'm sure a bunch of questions will come up, and then we've still got a 30-minute meal break. So I'll, it's up to you. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of questions will come through that may be relevant. So let's get started.
I'll be able to answer the questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. All right, so I'll get started. So to give a bit of a very quick backstory, Simon is my older brother. He's about 4 years older. I left Melbourne, Australia, about 16 years ago. And I didn't go back to Australia that much, maybe once every year, once every 2 years. I moved to New York and still in New York. And I didn't catch up with him for about 4 or 5 years until, unfortunately, our father who was visiting me and my mom about 2 years ago when I had my first son, obviously our first grandchild. And unfortunately, Dad became bedridden, eventually passed away a couple of years. So I'm talking about, about 2 years ago. So just before he passed away, Simon obviously, flew over to New York, and I had no idea what Simon was doing, apart from he was doing some cool stuff with teeth and children. We sort of kept in touch. We didn't speak that much over the last 4 or 5 years. He never explained in detail. But during that 10 days or so, he was in New York. It was a very tough time, but I had a chance to learn more about it. And in some sense, it was great that I could say, look, let me help you. And we were able to tell our dad that, we're going to work together, which, I never thought. I studied finance and got into .com startups in the late 90s. And then I got into media, social media, internet marketing when I came to the US. And so I was working with clients like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, with thought leaders in business and personal development. And I said, Simon, you've got to teach this to a lot more people, right? Let me help you. Let me help you do some virtual events. Let me help you systematize your training. At the time, he was being invited to speak all around the world. Sandra was the first, I believe, to really get him out there many years ago to speak around in Spain and many other countries. So thanks to her. And I said, let me help you with, the marketing and helping you take what you've got in your brain and apply best practices, what the quote unquote experts out there have done to teach millions of people, whether they're Tony Robbins or whatever. And in the world of COVID, we were going to do our first event in Sydney. Some of you here are actually doing a refresher course. And we had booked a venue at Derek Mahoney's EODO facilities. And then COVID hit about a week before we could launch that event. So we emailed everyone and said, look, here's your money back. Apologize. There's nothing really we can do about it. Alternatively, we could do a virtual event. All right. And 90% said, why not? So we did our first event last year in March, which we recorded, and we have given you all access. Some of you haven't had a chance, and we'll go through how to get access to that, because not only if you got the premium ticket, the access to last year's recording, which is about 70% the same. We had different speakers, new presentations from Sandra, and a brand new speaker coming up with Roland Barrowman. And Simon's obviously has incorporated new cases and so on and so forth, or slightly different cases. So it's definitely worthwhile going through the 2-day intro from last year if you're really serious about really immersing yourself in this material. And we'll have the recordings of this event in a couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. Depends on the whole range of things. So the advanced program, what is next? So I'm going to share the screen. So, there we go. Here we are. So firstly, there is a clinical day. All right. So I asked them what would be the most interesting thing that folks would be interested in. Would be probably coming visiting your practice. So there's a one-day clinical. We were supposed to do this last year, but COVID kept things at bay. But finally, this month in July, early July, we had one of the phase 4 mentoring students come visit Simon's practice, and we recorded it, and it's available. So I'm going to show you some snippets. So I'm going to tell you a bit about this one-day clinical, which the recordings are available. So whether you're internationally, you can't fly in easily, then this is available. And we also have in-person clinical dates available as well. So I'm going to show you a little bit, some highlights. There's a little bit of promo.
What if there was a new evidence-based approach to early intervention orthodontics that creates straighter teeth, beautiful faces, and better airways? And what if I could show you 145 consecutively treated cases that will challenge your beliefs about what we, as dentists, can do? I invite you to come visit my practice, Natural Smiles Centre in sunny Melbourne, Australia.
So we had a full day. We brought in a crew, a couple of videographers. I was in New York and just worked with them virtually. Simon saw 19 patients, and 19 patients during that day. It was a full day, and Dr. Fang, who is one of the advanced students, was the one that you saw in the video along with Simon. And Simon went through 7 more. Out of the 19, he had time during wait period before the next student, before the next patient, to go a little bit more depth, to take a look at the X-rays and other photos, and sat down with Selena Fang to go through that. So we've recorded all that. Let me just show you some of the. So this is the teachable platform that my company utilizes for my own, business development, marketing, video type of things. Plus, I house the 2-day intro, as you can see here, 2-day intro to 2020. We'll add the 2021 there. The advanced phase 1, 2, and 3, I'll get into that later. The advanced phase 4 even, for the fortnightly live mentoring. And then we have the clinical, which is now available. If you've actually joined our phase 1, 2, 3 package, it's now available in your teachable platform. So as you can see here, we've got the 19 patients, and some of them, for example, have a case review in a bit more depth. Simon said it's worth taking a look at number 8, so you can have a sense of what this clinical is like.
The clasps can get really badly bent. Okay, so the clasp and the connector end up tight against each other. And when that happens,
so I'm not going to obviously,
and the connector, then it can act as a clasp as opposed to not being held, because this has to be in the contact point, and it can't be in the contact point if it's level with the connector.
So you can see we had a couple of videographers go.
We're gonna bite our teeth and put our lips
You'll
together.
see how Simon coaches the children. We also had. Let's go to take a look at Liam. Liam was where we mic'd up, but we didn't mic you up, unfortunately. So we had Sophia, who's the oral health therapist that's been working with Simon for 6 years. And on the day we had her, we recorded it, but the team forgot to mic her up. But we did a commentary, a voiceover, and post-production. So you can listen to how Sophia's.
We measure the lower indicator. We measure midlines, overjet, overbite.
Sorry, you can see it full screen.
The maximum opening, any protrusions, and left and right lateral excursions.
So really, behind the scenes stuff, how she goes about, everything. We just told the videographers to just follow them around, and all the way to even the photo shoot. If you're Simon does some pretty cool. Okay, welcome back. We've got an interesting photo. So this is now Sophia. He's trained Sophia to do all the photo taking, and you can see how she goes about doing that, in depth, so on and so forth. So all that's been recorded, and it's available. So this, I'm just show you one of the things that we're offering. Let's have a look here. So this in-person clinical, there's about 5 hours of recorded material, and we will also do a 2-hour live Q&A session, probably September, with Simon. So once you get these recordings, you've gone through it, shouldn't take too long, 5 hours or so. Simon will have a Q&A session to help you, answer some of the questions that in relation to what you saw. So that's a bonus live Q&A session. And so, yeah, if you're interested in attending in person, just email us. We've got limited spots. Maximum we'll have is 2 people, 2 visiting dentists at any one day. We have a couple of different price points. It's if you have completed the 2-day intro, it's $13.75, which includes GST, USD. If you're joining our advanced program, you get roughly 10-20% off. So it's only $1,100 US, including GST. All right. Now the recordings, we have a very big special at the moment. Obviously, if you made the effort to stay with us. So we'll eventually sell it for $997 US, including GST. We'll knock off 20%. So this is available right now. It is a live stream special because you guys not only made it, you've stuck all the way to 1.5 days. And then this is the link I'm going to send everyone. But don't buy it just yet because I'll tell you how you can get this for free in a second. But so the clinical. So /clinical, straight to naturally.com /clinical. This will be selling for $797 US. And the special ends tonight. Otherwise it's going to jump up afterwards. So this ends in about 13 hours. All right, you can see you'll get the 2-hour live Q&A. You get lifetime access to, what we say lifetime access, minimum 2 years. And we'll be teaching. Simon's goal is to be teaching for the rest of his life. Right, Professor Muse is 90, and I'm sure he hopes to be teaching into his 90s as well. So close enough to lifetime access. So that's the clinical. So if you've got questions about that, just type them in the box. I'm going to move on. We also have the lab day, as mentioned yesterday. So I won't play the promo video again. It's an all-day workshop at A Point Dental. It's Saturday, 9th of October. We decided just to sell out this day first. So we've already had a couple of people reach out. Only 8 spots during that workshop. Simon will be there. Enrico will be there. And a lot of you guys are, international. About 80% of you guys here are international. So we have another special. You can get the recordings of this at not 800 US, but you can get it for just 600 US. This is a pre-sale special. All you got to do, we're not even collecting money for it. You just need to tell us you're interested. and you'll lock in that price, that $200 discount. We're not collecting monies. There's a small chance it may not happen if COVID goes crazy, but October 9th, we've got a couple of backup dates. So October 9th, just go to straightteethnaturally.com/lab. I'm going to give you that link. All right. So once again, you can't buy it, and you just need to put an expression of interest if you're interested in visiting, if you're a local, or if you want to get the recordings at just $597 US plus GST. But once again, we'll show you how you can get this for free. Who would like it to get it for free? We'll give you the recordings for free if you join our advanced program. So Simon's been talking about the advanced program. And last year, after the 2-day intro, we had only 42 virtual attendees. This year, we've sold 130 paid tickets. So it was quite almost more than tripled. Had 10 guests, about 140 total. So we were, very grateful for our partners and country ambassadors who, big shout out to Li Ying and others from Taiwan and Larry, who referred, I think, 10 people from Malaysia, et cetera, et cetera. Larry's in the phase 4 advanced program. I believe he's here, so thank you, Larry. And others from Poland, Dominique, and et cetera. So thank you. So firstly, the advanced program, what does it involve? So we did 3 extra full days last year after the March program. So we had 42 people who did the intro, and 19 of them did the entire phase 1, 2, and 3. So they, about 45%. We had an incredible response. So this year at 130, we simply cannot do a similar thing. But because we've recorded everything, it's a lot more manageable. So we've recorded the phase 1, which is 1 day on advanced topics that are listed. If you go to /advanced, you can see all the different topics that are a bit more detailed, more practice manual templates, et cetera, et cetera. I won't go through all the topics, but so essentially the format was a 1 day, and phase 2 was a 2-day event that was spread out over a couple of months. So we've recorded everything. There's 63 hours. So if you found the last 12 hours or so useful, and you really want to immerse yourself, our mission is to, I said to Simon, your goal is to teach at university. Well, you've got to get your research papers out. Tick. Peter Bushang has started that process. University of Alberta have started that process as well about 6 months ago. That could take a year, but in the meantime, we can reach out through social media and emails. Sometimes you guys got emails from Derek or whoever promoted us. We can still, mentor this first group. And our ultimate goal is to really help 10 to 20 doctors, dentists around the world replicate what Simon's done over a long period of time. And it's going to take multiple years of mentoring and training. Right? There's no shortcuts. Everyone has busy lives and families and their own practices. So we have documented everything as best possible. There's not only those 3 days, but a lot of Q&A sessions that we recorded. Plus, phase 3 was like a mock-up of what phase 4 would be. So we had 20 people. Phase 3, we had 20 people join this mentoring program. It was every fortnight for 2 to 3 hours, where people could submit their own cases. So we documented all 73 cases. And they were divvied up into class 1, 2, 3, div 1, 2, open bite, etc. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just followed what my brother told me to classify them as, mild malocclusions, etc. So I'll give you an example of the type of case studies that were submitted and critiqued. So, Simon would train everyone on what equipment to use to take the good records, what type cephalometrics, all the X-rays needed. So these were being submitted every couple of weeks, and Simon would critique them, write down. This is one-on-one mentoring. Some of you have already reached out to us and say, can I have some time with Simon? Yes, you can, through the phase 4 mentoring like this. And it's done in a part 1-to-1 format and a group format. We learn through immersion and one-on-one consulting, you could say, as well as group learning, the power of the mastermind, right? So treatment, comments from Simon, et cetera. And we documented the whole process over the number of cases that individuals submitted. You can see here that phase 3, phase 4, we classified them by week and by classification. So class 1, there's crowding, spacing. So you have a vault of cases that were submitted by students. Class 2, Div 1, Div 2. Class 3, high angle, low angle, pseudo dental. There's only one there, but et cetera. 73 in total cases that were documented where Simon critiqued them and discussed them in a group setting. So it benefited everyone. Plus, the advanced program not only includes like 63 hours of recorded material, pretty much all his practice manuals, his systems, his templates, articles, but we are going to include 6 additional months of Q&A support inside the closed Facebook group. So we have this Facebook group that most of you have already joined. It's for paid members only. Those of you who bought a premium ticket have up to end of October to get your Q&A, questions answered if we can't go through everything today. You can see how, pretty efficient Simon is getting through a lot of these type of questions. So inside the Facebook group benefits everyone. You post your question that's related to the content. He'll answer it during the week, right? So if you join the advance, not only do you get the 3 months that you guys have got, if you bought the premium ticket, if you only got the virtual ticket, 95% of you have the premium ticket. If you're not sure whether you bought the premium ticket or not, just email us and we'll confirm. And for like $200-300, you get to upgrade. So if you join the advanced program, not only will you get 63 hours of content and case studies, the vault, what we call the vault, but you get 6 months of Q&A, additional 6 months. So 9 months, effectively almost a year of mentoring from Simon inside this closed Facebook group. Now we are doing an early bird right now that ends the end of the month, right? Give you guys time to think about it, absorb this, after the whole intensive weekend. And so I'll just scroll down to the investment so you guys can, and this one includes the 1-day clinical recordings. All right. So you'll get, as a bonus, we decided to throw in there the 1-day clinical bonus. All right. So all that's mentioned here, 1-day clinical recordings, phase 1, 2, 3, advanced practice manuals, contracts, templates, scripts. My course, we've grown very quickly. You've been to many dental events, perhaps not been exposed to so much marketing. You're probably, what's all this marketing? But it works. We've gone from 43 to 130 in just 12 months. So registrations were early bird, 6 days to go. Now, last year, people paid 5,500 Aussie dollars, which is about 4,500 USD. So we decided this year to give a slight discount because we've got so many people attend. And, we're only expecting about 30 of you guys. We had 19 last year. I think we have the capacity to take about 30 because Simon does spend a lot of time inside the Facebook group, et cetera. So all this is, the regular payment is only 4,000 US, but we're going to knock off 500 for this early bird special until the 31st of July. So US 3497, which includes GST for those of you in Australia. We have a payment plan, 3 payments of US 1,300. Month by month. So not only do you get the live stream recordings of phase 1, 2, and 3, you get this is brand new. We just released it today, the 1-day clinical recordings. You'll get the bonus Q&A session in September. You get the practice manuals for 1, 2, 3. You get the vault of 73 case critiques. You get 9 months of total Q&A support inside the closed Facebook group. You get my marketing course. If you're interested in video marketing, internet marketing, Facebook marketing, it's 20 hours of material there. People are paid, we charge 6-figure contracts to work with, bigger companies So this is everything I've learned and put into 20 hours on marketing. So 63 hours of CBD credits and 20 hours of non-CBD credits if you're interested in marketing. And that's the advanced program. But guess what? We just decided to do the lab day. So we have an even better special. So if you want to go through this in detail and think about it, so here is the link. It's called /advanced. All right, straightteethnatural.com/event. But who would like something even better, as we marketers would say? Who wants a better deal? So have we got a deal for you guys? All right, so register for the Postural Orthodontics Advanced course and mentoring. And not only will we give you the lab day recordings for free, which is, $600 to $800 US, depending on whatever value you want to put to it. We are going to be selling it for $600 to $800 US, but we're going to knock off an additional 500. All right. So it comes down to, my brother's like, why are you discounting my expertise? And I said, well, we want people to take some action. Tonight, we're going to give you 12 hours, right? You can think about it for the week and pay an extra 500, but this special will go. You can't get it on the main page. It's /special. It's just $2,997. We want this to be a bit of a no-brainer. You're getting 77 hours. That's about, if you do about 7 or 8 hours a day, you do the math. It's 10, 11 days of content for, and including the one-day clinical for, effectively a couple, what is it? 400 US per day in content, something like that. Or you can do 3 payments of your 1,100. You can do monthly if you want to spread it out. So we've had to record this video and insert it into the live event recordings because we have some outdated information. There's no longer that special live attendance offer that has expired, of course. But instead, we have a really interesting, what we call 30-day challenge special. A lot of you guys are watching this now because you probably bought the recording, or for whatever reason, you weren't able to attend the live stream event back on July 24th, 25th, due to perhaps the time zone issues, it wasn't convenient, or something came up. So I want to quickly explain this new 30-day challenge special, how you can effectively get the 2-day intro recordings for free. Let's have a look here. So please note, once again, the live attendance special is no longer available. However, we do have a 30-day challenge special. And if within 30 days you complete all the recordings of day 1 and at least half of day 2, up until this video which you're watching, which we had just before the meal break. And if you want to enroll in the advanced phase 1 to 3 program and go really deep into postural orthodontics, we will take 1,000 off the regular price. So instead of paying $3,997 USD, it's just $2,997, which is inclusive of GST for those of you in Australia. Thus, the $1,000 discount means you effectively got the 2-day intro recordings for free, roughly speaking. So, and as an added bonus, if you decide to enroll in this advanced phase 1 to 3 program within the 30 days of getting the 2-day intro recordings, you will still get the new bonus that we mentioned of 4 2-hour live Q&A sessions on Zoom with Simon. And the dates are set. It's Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time on August 22nd, September 19th, October 24th, and November 14th. You can screenshot this or write them down. That would be if you're based in, let's say, New York, like I am, that would be the day before at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. New York time, or it would be, let's say, if you're in Hong Kong, Malaysia, it would be 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Sunday, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore time. Anyway, you can, figure out what's the equivalent for your time zone. Now, if you can't make it, of course, we will be recording, so you'll have access to the recordings of these Q&A sessions if you can't make it, or the dates may have already passed depending on when you're watching this. So it's not possible to attend. So continuing, let's see here. So please note, however, we are not giving away the recordings of the lab day with Enrico and Simon as another free bonus that we originally gave for live attendees, just for them. Well, this is going to be scheduled for October 9th, 2021. Hopefully everything would be okay with COVID. So it won't be a free bonus anymore, but you do have the option of getting it at 50% off. So instead of paying the $797 USD pricing, it would be just roughly, it would be $397, so approximately 50% off, so that we can, still offer something special. Now, if you'd like to take advantage once again of this 30-day challenge special, just email us at info@straightteethnaturally.com with a subject header, 30-day challenge special, advanced phase 1 to 3 program discount. You're going to do it within 30 days of receiving access to the recordings of the 2-day intro to Postural Orthodontics, and we will then send you a special link where you can enroll at the special price of just $2,997 instead of $3,997. All right, I feel that's clear. Or, of course, you can always visit straightteethnaturally.com/advance, where all the info for the advanced phase 1 to 3 program is, and you can join there at the regular price whenever you may be ready, if you can't make that decision within 30 days. So once again, why are we doing this 30-day challenge? Quite simply, we all know how many books we've bought that we've never, ever finished, which is why we're offering the special to encourage you to either watch the recordings as if you're attending the live event, so you can immerse yourself over a weekend or perhaps 2 or 3. We're giving you a 30-day window to do this. Or all you need to commit to is, on average, just one video a day. Right, so the average length of each module is about 30 minutes. So who's up for the challenge? Note this special is available to folks who missed the live stream during the weekend of the 24th, 25th of July, or for new students when we promote just the recordings of the event. All right, so just to reiterate, if you're interested in this special, just send us an email at info@straightteethnaturally.com with the subject header 30-day challenge special, advanced phase 1 to 3 program discount, within 30 days of receiving access to the recordings of the 2-day intro, and then we'll send you a special link where you can enroll at the special price of just $2,997. If you want to have get access to the lab day recordings at 50% off, you can mention that as well inside the email. All righty, so that's it for the special announcement. Back to the recordings of the live stream. So once again, you get the live stream. For this live stream special that you guys see, we'll knock it down to $2,997 US. So anyway, so the $2,997 special is just for 12 hours. For those who already know that this is what they want to do and they want to go give it a proper shot. This isn't like, I'm just going to try. You've already had a taste of what Simon's expertise is. I think by now he is quite an expert in this area. Very few people in the world who have achieved his results. So this is as immersive as we can in terms of self-study. We want people to really get into this at their own pace with 9 months of support. But an additional bonus is at the end of August, September, October, November, we'll do a 2-hour live Q&A at the end of each month to support you guys. All right, so you're going to get an additional day, essentially, spread out over 4 months. Because as you're going through the training, you'll have questions that you'll post in the Facebook group. But I'm sure you can see the power of just hanging out for 2 hours with the same group of people and having Simon answer those questions live. So was never offered last year. So this is going to be included And so 2 extra additional bonuses if you just go to this website /special. And that's about it. Let me just see here. Yes, so thank you, Li Qian. Can I pay now and defer the program until the next 12 months is due? If you have special circumstances, best to email me at info@Straight Teeth Naturally. Okay, so we are going to close this off when we hit 30 people. We had about 45%. It was a slightly different environment. 130 people. I think there's 20 or 30 people who really want to take this to the next level. And in terms of the mentorship, where you can submit your private cases, that is after you do phase 1, 2, and 3. And that one is limited to about 12 people. All right. So it involves 3 hours every fortnight, and Simon reviewing up to 2 cases every fortnight that you submit to him. So he will do one-on-one work to get back to you. And in the group setting, we have 5 people already in the phase 4, and it will fill up, probably by the end of this year for the next year. All right. So that one is $1,000 a month. You can pay every quarter, and basically it's a far more intensive program. So you can really only submit your private cases when you hit phase 4. Once again, advanced phase 1, 2, and 3, you will see what other people have submitted to study the vault, right? It was a slightly different environment last year. So we recorded 73 of those. You'll get access to that. We have too many requests asking Simon, can you take a look at this? And my brother's answer is, I have a responsibility to it takes years to go through a proper case. So he can't just give you a few minutes of his time to give you advice. It's just not the right thing to do. So we are not taking, some of you have already emailed us and said, hey, is it okay if I get some, have some of Simon's time to go through some posts? And the answer is you need to go through the phase 1, 2, 3 before there is, by application. The phase 4 is an interview. You have to fill out a form, and as you can see, click here to apply. There's about 12 questions, and then there will be an interview with Simon one-on-one before it's a mutual decision to, hey, it's a good fit. Let's work together. And so my goal is to free up more of my brother's time so he can do more teaching, because I think there is a big demand for this. And when he gets published with Peter Bushang, there'll be even more of a demand. So I'm sure there's a lot of questions. It's a meal break right now. We're a little bit over this. So we're going to have a lunch Q&A meal break. Let's see. We're supposed to get started at 11. It's already 11:15. Let me give you the link to Advanced Phase 4, everyone. Thank you, Courtney. So you can't join Advanced Phase 4 until you complete Advanced Phase 1, 2, and 3, if that makes sense. We have about 25% of the 130 people in the US. So the pricing wise, you know how competitive this is. Obviously, it's a bit more expensive for others in places like Asia, but we try to make this as affordable as possible. All right. So if you go, if you get the clinical, some of you go, how about if I just want to get the clinical? So you can get the recordings, and that will lock in something. It'll give you this is 30-day money. This recording of the clinical is 30-day money back guarantee. You can watch it and then lock in the 3497, because on the 1st of August, this will jump to 3997. Okay, so if you get the clinical, if you're not sure about the advanced 1, 2, 3 yet, you can get the clinical for $800. It's available for purchase. And then you have up until the end of August to decide whether you want to upgrade and just pay the difference to the 3497. So that's not a huge decision to make. But if you want to save an additional $500, you've only got until midnight, right? Basically 12 hours to make that decision. My brother is like, you're discounting a lot, and just give people a short. It's a lot of it is intuitive. If you know this is for you, it's a no-brainer. If you're still not sure, then think about it. Don't feel pressured, and you can always take things one step at a time. All right. So I've given all of you hopefully the links that you need to consider. The lab day, it's only just expression of interest. If you want to book it, then fill it out. If you're interested in October 9th, mainly for locals. If you're interested in the one-day clinical in person, then email us. If you want to get the recordings, you can purchase it and lock in the early bird price for an extra month. All right. And then finally, if you want to get the advanced program, don't buy it from the /advanced, because that's 3497 at the moment. You go to the /special and you can purchase it for 3,000 US. All right. And get started with that additional bonuses that are not normally given. You'll get the lab day when we record it in October, and you'll get 4 2-hour sessions over August, September, October, November. So meal break is on. We've got another, I think, 10, 15 minutes before Simon will be back. So we're only about 30 minutes over. I'm hoping to hear for questions. Let me just kind of go. Feel free to just jump off, get some lunch or dinner or whatever. Let's see what some of the questions that you might have in the chat box. Can I pay now and defer program till next 12 months as due to some current commitments? Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely, Anthony. So just email me and let me know your circumstance. So if you want to lock in the advanced program and start a little bit later next year or whatever, Li Chen, please reserve a place for the advance. We will only be able to make payment at the end of the day. The end of the day. You are in Malay. Which country are you from, Li Chen? Li Chen Yin? Just email me. If it's like circumstances you can't pay within 12 hours, just, if it's this will be gone in 12 hours, but you can email us and say that, if it's within 24 hours, we won't be. Where is the link to phase 4? There it is. What time do we get back? In 10 minutes. So we'll be back. Simon, are you back? Maybe Simon's already back. Ruchika has already emailed us to confirm the seat. Terrific. Thank you. I see. Simon? Let's see if Simon's back. No, he's probably still out at lunch. So 10 or 15 minutes, we'll be back. Let's say, what time is it now? It is 11:20 Melbourne time. Come back in about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll get started with the GoFX retraining. So any other questions? Some of you, let's see, what time do we get back? I've emailed you to confirm the seat. Okay, that's about it. So time for a short meal break if you haven't already gone. And we'll get started in about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, welcome, Jason, to the advanced program. Welcome. Welcome to Rizwan as well. And Yi Ju Chen, welcome to the advance. And Marianne as well. Welcome. And welcome to Ruchika. Actually, Ruchika, have you? All right. I think I'll stop the recording for now. Processing payment. Thank you, Ruchika. You've got the link now. Cool. Welcome. All right. And we'll and I'll be here for further questions as they come through, either the Q&A. Here's a couple of questions. The one-day clinical, what are the dates? We have set September, where is it? Excuse me 1 second. I'll just give you the date for the next actual in-person clinical. It is, excuse me, I'm just going to juggle a few websites. It is September 6th. So that's available if you want to come into Simon's practice. There's up to 2 people. August 2nd is unfortunately sold out. We've got Selena and Emma already. And what else? Okay. Thank you, Melanie. Welcome aboard. What else do we have? Can we start submitting cases during the phase 1, 2, and 3? Just to reiterate, if you have private cases that you want Simon to submit, to critique, you have to wait till you do the actual live mentoring every fortnight, which is phase 4. It's a minimum 1 year program. It's like the mini residency it's like a portion of it. A lot of people go, is 1 year enough? Simon expects, depends on where you're at. If you want to do just postural orthodontics type work, on average, he feels, 1 or 2 years, 18 months, a case takes about 12 to 18 months. So you probably want some supervision over that period of time. We actually have a form of an examination at the end of the year. And if you take it, it's a verbal examination for about an hour and 15 minutes. If you take it and you pass, there's a mock test around the 9-month mark, 6 to 9 month mark. If you pass that, that's a good start. And then you can get access to orthotropic training. So people have asked the difference between postural orthodontics is focusing on expansion only cases, non-severe, non-moderate malocclusions, right? But if you want to do the tougher cases, the severe, moderate malocclusions, that's orthotropics type of work, you can get access to that type of training, roughly about a year in. Some people want to speed things up and get access to that training. We have a mock test in the 3rd quarter. And if you pass that, you can do extra training in orthotropics, but you're not going to be supervised orthotropic cases until you do the official exam. That's all explained on the advanced website, right? Advanced phase 4 link above that I shared. So after 12 months, optional, you don't have to do orthotropic type supervision support. You do the formal test, an hour 15 minutes. If you pass, then you can start submitting orthotropic type cases for Simon to review. His whole point is safety and step by step. What is the program for 2999? Marsha, I believe you have, because you joined us last year when we were rolling this out phase by phase. And Marsha, I believe you did the virtual, and then you did phase 1. And Marsha, after completing phase 1, you did phase 1 indeed. It was right into COVID. I believe you stopped at phase 1. So reach out to us. If the $3,000 program includes phase 1, 2, and 3, we can deduct what you paid for phase 1 off the 2,997. Just email me by tonight and we'll make that happen. Make sense, Marsha? So you get that very special price. Otherwise, you would have paid $4,000 plus US to do phase 1, 2, and 3. So this is a great deal. So, in some sense, I'm glad you did a refresher. And if you're interested in learning more, continuing with the process that you went through to phase 1 and complete phase 2 and 3, I believe you paid about $1,000 for phase 1 because it was just 1 day, right? Oh, you had a sick parent. I'm sorry to hear. So hope they're better. So Yes, so do email me. You know, are you interested in perhaps upgrading and learning more about that? I'll email you all the details on that. Just email me in the next few hours, and we'll lock in that 2,997 price for you, minus whatever you paid for phase one. All right, Marsha? Excellent. Thanks for bringing it up. So now we're just kind of packaging it all together now that it's available, because we didn't have phase three until late last year. So it was always intended to be one package, and we just spread it out over a period of time. And to get to orthotropics training, do we have to go through phase 1, 2, and 3, and 4? Yes. YL Ling, yes, absolutely. You know, Simon, I sat down with Simon, look, what is your goal here? And he said, my goal is to teach orthotropics ultimately, but in reality, it's not as easy as everyone might think. And I think everyone knows that by now. So I said, okay, then tell me what you need to teach and spread out over a period of time to mentor and supervise people before you're going to do that. And he felt, you know, a couple of years. So you could go through phase 1, 2, and 3 in 3 to 4 months if you put in the time and, you know, a few hours every on the weekends, right? So, you know, there's a body of, you know, 60, 70 hours of content that will take you 3 to 6 months. That's why we're going to be coaching everyone on a monthly basis. Get that done, and then you can join phase 4. And if you are super keen after 12 months of that, so within a year and a half, you could be submitting your orthotropics type cases and get access to orthotropic training. All right. So it is a staged process because he's seen too many pitfalls and too many problems. And then people, I've got this terrible situation. I've got my child, and we get this all the time. And unfortunately, it's difficult for Simon to go, you know, because he needs multiple years and to be able to help someone supervise them over that period to get them out of trouble if it's really complicated. So he's made a decision, let me teach this in a systematic way, in a way that universities will ultimately go, this is well documented, processed and evidence-based, etc. So that is the process. So I want to make it 100% clear. Postural Orthodontics, Intro, Advanced 1, 2, 3, 4 is all postural orthodontics type of work, which is mild malocclusions and expansion only cases. All right. When you want to get to severe or moderate cases that require orthotropic, bioblocks, etc., that's from phase 5. Now, read through the advanced phase 4 website and the advanced website above. If you need the links again, I'll give it to you one more time. That will explain. Just put all the links above. You'll find it. I'll make sure by the end of the day I'll give one look, a few of the links together again. So hopefully that people always want to jump straight to orthotropics. Not always. Some people don't want to get into that because they know the complexities of it. So there we are. So if you've got more questions, I'm sure I'll be back at the end of the day to answer them. I think Simon is back. You ready to get going, Simon?
Yes.
We already have, I think, 7 or 8 people join us already. So that's terrific. We've got welcome aboard. Jessica, Chang, Mariana, Jason, Rizwan, Yuju, Eugen, and others. So welcome. And I will pass it back to you. I think, let me hit the stop record button.